Let's do it. Can we talk some Magic? And then maybe once we get an hour into the stream, we can actually play some. Let's talk. Let's talk about this deck. But here's the good thing. I don't think we actually have to talk about the deck that much. It's Gary. It's Gary deck. We're checking in on Gary because I feel like we haven't checked in on Gary in a while. He's probably lonely. You know, we got a whole different format now with different stuff going on, and no one has tried Gary in it. But we got some new stuff. We got some new stuff since the last time we tried Gary. We got iTwitch, decent little one drop that learns and gets, you know, any of these cards from the board. A decent one drop, I guess. And then Serrated Scorpion. Well, that's not new. Plumb the Forbidden is the other new card. And this seems weird to have this in the deck because you don't want to sacrifice all your creatures then play your Gary. But my sort of counter to that is that's not what you do. You play your Gary and then you play your Plum a lot of the time. But there are times where on the way to a Gary, you don't mind sacrificing a Serrated Scorpion, you know, to a Plumb the Forbidden. That way you draw 2 cards, maybe get closer to the Gary or the lands that you need to drop it or something like that. So what we're kind of doing here really is playing a couple of different decks, right? Like we're playing the mono black aggro sort of one drops deck that's kind of aristocrats in origin, right? We play iTwitch, Serrated Scorpion, and Bastion of Remembrance. So we got that kind of plan going on. But we've also got great Gary in the deck, obviously. We've got Rankle, which can close games pretty quickly. Just a good creature to have around when you've got iTwitches and Serrated Scorpions and whatnot. Nighthawk Scavenger, just decent black pips and a good creature to have access to. Why not? Agadeem's Awakening can bring back Gary if we have enough mana, but bringing back any of these other creatures is fine too. You know, bringing back Rankle, Nighthawk Scavenger, or Ayara. Ayara, by the way, Ayara and like Skyclave Shader Priest plus Scorpion, like bringing all of them back at the same time with an Agadeem's Awakening is pretty good. That's 6 drains with Ayara, so that's cool. We're trying out Grasp of Darkness as our removal spell in the deck, mostly because we're mono black, and this kills Seasoned Hallowed Blades. And, you know, other creatures when they have, say, a Selfless Savior out. So I think that's important. And then obviously Skyclave Shade can just keep coming back, right? Like if it dies, we can get it back with a land drop, and so that helps us keep Black Devotion on the table, right? So that's kind of the idea behind this deck, is that sometimes if we have a Bastion or 2 out, right, we're a Plumb the Forbidden deck. Plumb the Forbidden might just win the game or put us within a couple of life of winning the game. Or sometimes we'll cast the Gary first, right? And then on the next turn, if the Gary doesn't finish the game, on the next turn we Plumb the Forbidden, Bastion takes care of us. So, you know, there's a few different avenues to victory in the deck. We'll see if things work out. Obviously, the deck could play a couple of more removal spells, but I'm hoping that Priest and Grasp are good enough for what we need them for. It is worth pointing out that both of them kill, you know, Seasoned Hallowed Blades and creatures through Savior and stuff. So that's hopefully going to help us out a lot tonight. 100 bits for cats as well, so thanks. 100 bits, hi YouTube. Yeah. I'm sure they'll see you. Well, we go first. Problem is we're on, well, it's a 2-lander. It is a 2-lander. iTwitch is the only really good early play, though. But maybe we can try to get the land on turn 2 with the Plum, but then we'll end up going to like 16 or 15 or something. That's not great. But opponent is on Yorion. I'm not sure how much our life total matters. So I'm going to keep this. For science. This one's for science. You have more Yorion. It's all you play against now. Sorry. I can't help that one either. Even an unranked, Yorion's just taken over. Guess if there's no reason not to play the Noodle, you just play the Noodle. Oh, and they lead on green-black source, so it's just Sultai Yorion. Yawn. Hey, we got another land. That's good. That's quite good. Should have gone with the tap land this turn, I think. But hell, I might still just Plum. I might Plum, but I should probably Bastion before I Plum. So I probably should have done the untapped land this turn. Hey, there's an untapped land. Somehow getting saved. Come on. iTwitch, do your job. Great. One of the better pokers in all of Standard, I think, right now, is iTwitch. Yeah, at least it's not rogues. Yeah. I think at this point, they're about the same to me. Yeah, there's the Wolfillow Haven into Cultivate start. That hurts. At least they're on to draw, but that's not going to help that much. They go Haven into to Cultivate. I think that's bad. We have drawn 3 lands in a row. It's not necessarily what I wanted, but I guess it does get us to this rankle on time, so sure. Well, they have. They'll just discard the land, right? Yeah. What do we discard is the question. This Nighthawk Scavenger has just been discard fodder this whole time. I like the cards in my hand. I probably don't like the cards in theirs, to be honest. Well, it is already at 13. Could be worse, right? But I wonder if we get evened this turn. They do have a black source. They don't have 2 black sources, so they can't Shadow's Verdict, but I don't think they would want Shadow's Verdict right now. Pilaka Predation. All right. Gonna take that plum. Take that plum dog. It's the best card in our hand. Probably got removal for the scavenger, right? Yeah, that's what. Oh, they took the scavenger. They took scavenger. Huh. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 they would go to. Sorry, I was just doing a little bit more math there. I'm at 8. I think we get rid of the plum that they know about. Although, yeah. I was going to say plum into plum might be nice. Like plum, sack eye twitch, get the pests thing, you know? Let's see what they get here. Yeah, get the thing that gets you 2 pests, and then we can plum again, possibly for the win. But let's see what they do. We'll take away the Epiphany, very likely. They'll maybe get a Tybalt and a Kiora, or a Kiora and a Vorinclex. See how good any of that is against us. It's like I'm thinking about plumbing EOT here, but it really depends on what happens. Elder Gargaroth. Okay. That hurts. I really don't want him to have the Epiphany. I really don't. But Gargaroth is just fantastic, isn't it? They wanted the Gargaroth that badly. Well, I guess that we beat Yorion on a really good start. they went Haven into Cultivate into Emergent Ultimatum, and they somehow were very upset that we took their Gargaroth. Yeah, good job. Yeah, I love to see Yorion go down too, my bud. I really do. Yeah, still no Gary win. We'll get it one day, I promise. Let's start with eye twitch for the 3rd game in a row. Reno really likes eye twitch. Up against Vita Craves. Let's see what they do with their Professor Onyx avatar. That's looking good. I like that. Got a follow from Valorithun. Valorithun. That's a good name. A Viking name. Also, Mocha CS with the follow a few minutes ago. I see you, dude. Appreciate you. Fleet 47 with 100 bits. Is Gary even in the deck? It is. I swear to God. Asking the real questions, though. I feel like we haven't even seen a Gary, but it's here. Opponent holding priority with that Fabled Passage. Let's throw down a Priest. Yeah, they're so sick of holding priority. And now they don't have to worry about giving us information. They grab the Swamp. Into a red source. Okay. Cool. You gonna steal something? You steal some things? You steal the Eye Twitch? Village Rites? Yeah. This is not the deck we want to play against. Not at all. Yeah, Village Rites, that sucker. That hurts. They get 3 cards off of that. 3 cards off of that. They get a Fumes. And they discard Kroxa. Is there literally a better play on turn 2 in Standard than what they've just done? I wanted to take a second to marvel at the opponent's works. that was very impressive. I gotta say. Whew. All right. I am not going to flex with Priest. I thought about it. We're not going to do it. Deadly Daddy-O with the tier 1 sub for 7 months. Man, that's a long time. First stream I've been able to catch in 3 months. Yeah, it feels like a while since I've seen you, Deadly Dad. Glad you could come. We've been doing okay this stream so far. Had a great game against Blue-White Yorion to start things off that we barely lost. We just beat Sultai Yorion in the last game. Now we're up against maybe my most feared matchup in the entire format, which is Rakdos Sack, which is experiencing a bit of a comeback. All right, so this turn I think we go Ayara into a creature. I'll say Serrated Scorpion. Say go. Maybe this deck should just be the Sedgemoor Witch deck. The Arena thinks that's what deck we're trying to play. Even this deck, the Black-Red Sack deck that plays mostly around Plumb the Forbidden, does not play Sedgemoor Witch. Very often, at least. The version that just went 7-0 at Maj did not in fact play that card. So I was a little surprised by that. Isn't that cute? Thanks, Shuffler. You're cool. Now, this is very likely where we draw a Gary, if I had to guess. It's like they have the cards in mana to get Croxa back anyway, so I'm not that worried about it. I just want to put my foot on the gas pedal, son. See how that works. Glad it's back. The more decks are being played, the less I face rogues. Yeah, that's one of the reasons this deck existed in the first place. Was to just body rogues into the ground, just bully them. Well, do they Croxa this turn, or is there something better in these 5 cards? There are 5 cards in their hand, you guys. Because remember, at the beginning of the game, they freaking ganked our own iTwitch, Village Rights, and Learned. It was a sick play. I thought about scooping right then and there. I don't know how you come back from that kind of advantage on turn 2. But we're trying, right? We're putting together an effort. $16, we draw Skyclave Shade. That's not great. I would actually not mind another land, because, you know, it's going to be really funny. We're going to draw the Gary now. Oh, what I should have done there is kept the Skyclave Shade to discard to the Croxa. That I think was the play. Let's get in with the Twitch. And I guess this turn maybe we block Croxa with Serrated Scorpion, sacrifice it to Ayara to draw a card. Opponent is at 12. And they have so many cards. They have to win, right? They have to win. They have too many cards. Look at all them cards. Alright, we're going to combat, y'all. Hold on to your entire butthole. I'm going to take 3. Basically, the Awaken the Blood avatar trigger there. Let's bink, block, sack, drawer. Put him at 9. We get a land, I'll take it. If we get a Gary. If we draw into Gary right here, whoa, Strider. Kind of sucks because blockers. I wanted to draw into Gary and just kind of attack and win. Oh no! You jerk. You stinking jerk. Man, we wanted that land. Sucks that we take 3 from it too. Oh, well, I guess we'll take this one, won't we? Oh, I should have done the... God. Poor sequencing. I should have done my attack step first. To bring back the Skyclave Shade. No attacks. I think we need the Twitch. Hopefully they don't get claim the firstborn or something along those lines. That would suck. Ah, Cat Lady's here, everybody. We'll say hello to Cat Lady. Yeah, Flea's actually in the stream chilling out, Cat Lady. 5 bits from Cat Lady. Good to have it. I appreciate it. Opponent having a think before they go in here. There we go. They did not. They did not sacrifice the token to the Woe Strider. I wonder if that means they have a Bastion or a Plum. Could be a Plum. They even have the mana for Bastion into Plum, which would hurt. That would hurt pretty badly. All right, we're going to combat, so there's that. We definitely go to at least 11. They only come with Kroxa. That's interesting. What now, though? What's holding up everything? Okay. Are they... What are you doing? Huh. Wonder what the deal is. Okay, well. Cool. Let's block. What the hell was that about? Okay, let's go for it. Now what? Opponent is trying to do some sort of trick here, and I can't figure it out. Are you just being weird? Are you being a weirdo? Okay. Sacrifice the Twitch. We could get into Necrotic Fumes here. We could get into Necrotic Fumes. So you have 2 cards in your yard right now. That's interesting. We could get into Necrotic Fumes. We could also get Pest Summoning, which I like. Man, that's tough, isn't it? I like Fumes. I like Fumes here. Let's get it. It's possible I should have activated Castle Locthwain first before I did any of that. I think that might be a misplay there. So I would like to draw another card, but I really don't want to take 3. I think that's a bit too far. Cleave, yeah, for some reason I was sniffing out Cleave too. I just wasn't sure. Yeah, maybe they're having connection issues. Yeah, Woe Strider stops the clock, and maybe they don't like see that or something. Forbidden Friendships, they got a gang of tokens. Not much is sure. Maybe this turn I should have blocked with the 1/1 and sacked the Skyclave Shade EOT to the Iara. Yeah. Would have liked to draw a card there, but I don't think I should. Play Twitch. I'll put him at 7. So if I tap IR, sack Skyclave Shade, that puts him at 6. Play this land to get the Skyclave Shade back. Play the Skyclave Shade, sack the token to Necrotic Fumes to kill the Kroxa. I have to do all that on our turn. We won't have a ton of blockers left either. How many cards are in your yard? 3. Okay. All right, let's see what we draw off of this. This is kind of a weird sequence. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's very good. It's very good. That's really, really good. Well, at this point, is our priority playing the Bastion or the Necrotic Fumes? We play a second Bastion, I think we lock him out almost. Whatever card we don't use is going to get... Well, no, not necessarily. This is actually really tough. I don't think we have to... Well, we have to Fumes first. We have to Fumes first so that we don't discard the Bastion. So we play the Necrotic Fumes. rather. If that makes sense. Sorry. Yeah, if we'd have played Bastion this turn, we would have had to discard Fumes to Croxa. This way we don't have to do that, so. Let's see if they Village Rights it. Or just sack it to the Woe Strider. They plum. Okay. I wonder how that changes things. Plum. 4. 3. So we can put them at 2 by playing Skyclave Shade. That's a thing. And then they can't attack. Well, they can attack, but they'll sure lose some life if they do that. All right, let's see what they try to scry into, because I think they probably do scry, right? If only we could block with this. It just completely locks them out of attacking. Maybe they have a way of gaining life. That's possible, right? This deck looks fun. It is. It's been fun so far. Yeah, Village Rights. Kind of surprised we didn't see that with the Croxa. But now they can get the Croxa, right? Yes, 6 cards. So they can get the Croxa back. That gets rid of our Bastion, but we might still be able to win here. Yeah. They have to kill the Ayara, and they will, in the worst manner possible, too. They can get the Ayara and then play the Croxa, and they can gain life by doing what they're doing right now. But they can't play the Croxa, actually. Unless they have another red source, and they haven't played a land yet. Rank. Oh, my God! Oh, jeez. Jeez Louise, my guy. Why are you doing this? Oh, opponent. Why? Jeez. Ugh, that sucks. God. Well, we can play through this. We can play through this, dog. We can play through this. Yeah, just everything you can come with, you should come with. Okay. Maybe they think we have like a hasty guy on the ground or something. We got to block this, and we can't block anything else because this can't block, so. We go to 8. Opponent goes to 3. We will get the Pest Summoning, I imagine. Is there a reason to get Introduction to Annihilation? Yeah, we'll go Pest Summoning. Opponent's tapped out. They will certainly sack this, the Ayara to the Woe Strider. 0 top, so that wasn't very good. They do still have 3 cards in their hand. But we have 6 mana. So all we got to do is Bastion, Summoning, swing with this. They'll learn off of that. Eye Twitch dies, but Skyclave doesn't. They get Pest Summoning. Hard-fought game here. Hard-fought game. We don't have anything to block this Rankle. Bastion! Oh! No! God, anything but Bastion. I keep thinking that we've got it. They keep playing the best card they could possibly play. Sack. Yep. Go to 4. They can win the game here by just swinging with Rankle. Good game. Good game, opponent. We know where this is going. God, what a close one. What a close one. Oh, and by the way, where was Gary? Yeah, 18 cards in, no Gary. Isn't that weird? Huh. I guess there is no Gary, right? We go first. A lot of that tonight. I guess I can't complain about that. But I can complain about 2 lands, 4 3-drops. I think we can complain about that. But I think we have to go with it. I think we do. 2 Bastion is too much to pass up. Out of all the decks you have made this standard, which one are you most proud of? That's tough. Probably Silver Quill Humans. Just because it's the one that, like, of all the decks, it's the one I made that I had the most sort of input. Like, you know, oh, there's a Gary. We did it, everybody. We just had to yell and scream about it. But yeah, it's you know, Shark's Nest is probably the best deck that we've done this season. However, Silverquill Humans was probably the one that I both had the most input on myself, like the most original of the decks. We drew a third Bastion before we draw a third land. This game is not Magic the Gathering. Actually it is. This happens all the time in Paper. But yeah, I also kind of liked Jeskai Dragons. I think Jeskai Dragons is a really good deck. It's so fun. It's a really fun deck. God, are you serious? We have to hardcast Plum main phase to draw a land because I knew that's the only way we would. How did I know? How did I know that whole time that would do it? 1,000 bits for a Gary sighting from Flea. Thank you. You drew a land for your 3-drops. Here's a second 4-drop. Hilarious. Our opponent being very courteous and not doing anything this whole time, though. And I gotta praise them for that, I guess. Tapped Black Source. You didn't do anything last turn. Can you do anything this turn? Yeah, you're going to Binding this, aren't you? No, they're not. I guess I'll just play another one. You did. What a game. When our opponent finally gets enough mana, they're going to do something off the wall, I'm sure. Thanks for the 1,000 bits, by the way. Just for finally drawing a Gary. I don't deserve that. They're going to Extinction Event even. Sure, I guess. We draw another Grasp of Darkness. Wow. 3 Bastion, 2 Rankle, 2 Grasp of Darkness. 3 lands. Let's play another Bastion, why not? We got Bastions for days, dog. You've also got Exile Sweepers for days, so let's see if these even do anything. Come on, you're playing Jund. You gotta have Binding for these Bastions. You got to. They just gotta. They Blood Chief's Thirst that cost them a 6-like drain. Not bad. And nothing else. Another Gray Merchant. 2 Garys this game. 3 lands. What fun. What all cards are in your yard? Actually, it'll just tell me. So it'll be a 2/3. Let's try and run out Ayara. They've got removal for that too, I'm sure. Cultivate. Uh-oh, they need even more lands. They need more lands, everybody. Yeah, what are they doing? I have no idea. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be hype when they pull it off. They got another red source. Let's watch out for like a Terror of the Peaks next turn or something. They still have 3 open mana. You can kill this Ayara. You do it. You point a Heartless Act at this Ayara. I don't care. Come on. Come on, then. 6 cards in your hand. One of them has to be Dees. If you don't have any 3-mana cards, you can't play Magic. Yep, thank you. There's a land. That's good. Quite good, in fact. I guess we just run out the Rankle. We finally draw our removal spells, by the way. And opponent has no targets for them. Grasp of Darkness. Only reason it's in there really is against mono white. And of course we will not play against mono white all night. They discard a Blood Chief's Thirst. Because they have removal spells, dog. Here comes the Ugin. All they had to do was play enough lands to get to Ugin. They just win. If they do play Ugin, though, we can just kill it with a Rankle. So I guess it's not terrible. Yeah, more Ugin, baby. It's happening. Eventually. Opponent is definitely taking their sweet time, dog. We got things to think about. We are thinking people. This is a house of learned doctors. And sometimes you have to sequence. It takes a minute. Or just play Tybalt. Or just play the card. Oh, man. It's really funny. So they knew they were going to lose their Tybalt this turn. They knew that for a fact. So I think we just run into Tybalt, kill it, and then play Gary. And almost... We could have just killed them. We could have just killed them. Miss Lethal. We could have just killed them. But I wanted the Tybalt off the table. It was 0? Okay, cool. I mathed incorrectly. We did it! We killed a deck that only played 2 spells all game. Still a Gary win. That's what we wanted all night. We pulled it off. Sure, I'll do it.